Today we're going to try Coca-Cola Y3000, which I'm going to say right off the bat I already hate. I hate the concept, I hate the idea of it, I hate the execution of the packaging. The only real question is going to come down to what it tastes like. Because if it tastes good, you know, I can get past a lot of those things. But I do really want to talk about the idea of Y3000. Now, I appreciate this is one of those Coca-Cola Creations. They've been making them for, you know, the last 2 years or whatever. Starlight, you know, some good stuff has come out of Creations. I like the idea. But for a company like Coca-Cola, possibly the most recognizable brand in the world, I don't know, definitely up there. It's up there with like Mario or, you know, whatever in terms of like logos or, you know, companies that people are going to know. It's Coca-Cola, it's everywhere, it's famous everywhere, everybody knows it. Everybody's had a Coke before, even if you don't drink them normally. You've probably had a Coke, you've seen Coke commercials, you've seen Coke memorabilia. It's everywhere, it's the hugest company on earth. And I think that for a company like that, the idea of, hey, let's make a soda called Y3000 and it's going to be futuristic because it's going to be co-made with AI, is really, really, really stupid. Like that, it feels like something like Pepsi would do. Like if Pepsi came out and said, hey, we made an AI soda, I'd be like, okay, Pepsi, that makes sense. It doesn't fit, in my opinion, with the brand image of Coca-Cola to lean into AI stuff, but that's kind of what they've been doing with Creations anyways. They've been doing like the augmented reality crap and stuff like that. They tried to do the Fortnite thing, which was, you know, I guess that's interesting at least, but that was also stupid. So all these things, like grasps at relevance, just don't really make sense to me, especially since they're all limited flavors. I guess they're just trying to keep the Coke name out there in the minds of younger people, I suppose. So maybe it works on that front. But to me, it really is kind of a brand image ruiner. Like, I feel like you're dragging the brand down by making all of these weird flavors so fast and also making them by kind of relying on gimmicks. And if you're going to go gimmicky, I feel like you should go really gimmicky. That's another thing that greatly annoys me about Y3000, because I was reading the press release about it because I was so annoyed. And the Coke guys, you know, he specifically said, I hope that the Coke brand is around in 3000. This is what we want Coke to taste like, what we think Coke will taste like in 3000, blah, 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 blah. We use this color scheme and all this BS art, you know, graphic design to make it all futuristic, but it's not. Nothing about this design screams future to me. The name Y3000 also is stupid. I don't know what the Y is for. There's probably a reason for that. I guess for year, but that's stupid. It should just be Coke 3000 or New Coke 3000 maybe, but the packaging is garbage. It's not good. And I really think if you're going to go, you know, if you're going to do a gimmick, please go all the way and make a different package. If this package was like a weird futuristic shape or something, or, you know, it was shaped like a rocket ship or something, I don't know, something that says futuristic in terms of a unique shaped bottle, that would be really cool. Of course, they're not going to do that because that would cost way too much money. It's a lot easier for them to make a shitty, you know, graphic design label. I don't know who made this. You know, you're probably a really great graphic designer and all that good stuff, but it does not scream futuristic Y3000 to me at all. It's just kind of like, here's some vague euphoric imagery, I guess, kind of like vague nice imagery, but it's not futuristic. So now that all my ranting is out of the way about how much I already hate this product, let's taste it. And also, there is a zero sugar version available for all you zero sugar people, but I got the full fast because, you know, you only live once. The taste doesn't make up for all the other crap. That's my opening statement. I don't like it. I don't hate it necessarily, but for something that's supposed to be, you know, they're hyping it up as like the future Coke and it's made by an AI and stuff. What did the AI do? It feels like the AI kind of like, I don't know, made it kind of like caramely, kind of like buttercream, added a little bit of like buttercream flavor, and then a shitload of sugar. That's what it tastes like. It's so sweet. It's so overly sweet that I am a little bit repulsed. I mean, I'll still drink it, but it really feels like a Coke with added sugar, like candy sugar. I get more of like a butterbeer flavor, like a what do you call that? Not caramel, I'm trying to nail down the flavor. I guess it is kind of caramely, but it's kind of like a earthy caramel flavor, almost like buttered popcorn jelly beans, which is what somebody said on Reddit, which does kind of make sense. It's kind of got that flavor, like a buttered popcorn jelly bean, or like a caramel candy a little bit, but with just overly sweet on top of it. It's unidentifiable in my opinion, and based on the fact that most people don't seem to really know what it is and have different ideas about it, I guess that's the way it works. So the big AI hyped up flavor is a flavor that nobody has any idea about and vaguely doesn't like. I haven't really seen much on the internet that says that people like it, because I spent the time between my first initial sip and making this second part of the video looking it up. First of all, the first article I found about this was a guy that was just straight gushing. I'm not going to mention the website, but it was like a fucking fluff piece for Coca-Cola about how the bottle was beautiful and everything about it was great and fantastic. So I guess I'm not going to go back to that website because it was way too overly flowery. Even if this guy or girl, I don't know, really liked the drink, it was like it felt like somebody slipped them $5,000 to promote Coca-Cola, but you know, they didn't. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of that, but it was way too nice, way too overly fluffy, and it just was off. So then I checked Reddit and was seeing what people said, and like that's where I saw the, you know, buttered popcorn kind of thing. And that's kind of what I'm going with. But really, it's not a specific identifiable flavor in my mind. It's just kind of a weird, sweet, fruity, caramely aftertaste. And it's a little extra fizzy, but not in the way you want. It's extra fizzy in a creamy kind of way. Not in the way I want, at least. I want more like straight up carbonation bubbles. This is more like a cream soda almost. It has more of a cream element to it, which I don't like. I don't like cream soda at all. I want my Coke to have bite, I think. And that's the problem with most of these Coca-Cola Creations flavors, is they lack any sort of bite to them. The good thing about a Coke, an ice cold Coke out of the fridge, you take a drink, it almost hurts you a little bit with how like strong the carbonation is, but in a great way, if that makes sense. I assume it does. If you had that experience, of course, some people don't like that, but for me, that's the ideal part of a Coke. I want the bubbles. I want a little bit of a burn when I'm drinking it. And this also loses out on that and goes the cream soda route, which sucks anyways. So, you know, pretty much everything about it's a net negative. I guess technically it's okay as a drink. You could try it. I don't think it's, you know, terrible, but it's not good either. So that combined with the fact that I hate everything around it, I'm gonna have to just give it a 1. So 1 out of 5 for me for Y3000. Just, you know, don't even bother unless you're really, really, really invested in the idea of trying every Coke flavor, which I understand because I am, even though I hated it. Then go ahead and try it because you're going to anyway. But if anybody's actually watching this video and using it as advice on whether or not they should try this Coca-Cola flavored, you know, don't bother. I don't think anybody is going to mark this as their favorite. It's not a unique enough flavor profile, I think, for somebody to say, you know, I love it. It makes sense, you know, some people, you like flavors I don't like. I understand that people have different, you know, tastes, but I don't, you know, in my mind, I really don't think anybody is going to taste this compared to a regular Coke and truly prefer it. Like, I almost prefer Starlight. Like, honestly, I wish Starlight was a permanent flavor. I kind of like Starlight almost on the level of regular Coke. I think regular Coke beats it purely from the level that I've drank regular Coke since I'm a kid, so it's kind of like embedded. But Starlight was an excellent addition that, you know, hopefully they bring back. I don't know if they ever will, but I feel like out of all the creations, Starlight was the best one, and it's specifically because it maintained some of the edge, in my opinion. So that's Coca-Cola Y3000. Check out this bottle in stores near you. You can buy it in the little 8-pack of cans, but I would not suggest that either. If you're really desperate, just try a bottle out, you know, pay your $2 or $2.50 at checkout and, you know, check it out. But I wouldn't suggest it. You're just going to be wasting your money because Y3000 kind of sucks. So that's my review, and I will see you all next time.